I'm delighted to be here today to formally launch the website. It's been designed to build on the fantastic work that's already being delivered to tackle sectarianism in communities right across Scotland. When I took on this particular portfolio brief, and it included the big issue of tackling sectarianism, I made a commitment to develop a better understanding of sectarianism in Scotland, because the thing that struck me right at the start was, while people spoke about it as if there was an enormous amount of information available, when you actually went looking for that information, it wasn't actually available at all. There'd been precious little research ever done about it. It was as if everybody was terrified to go anywhere near it, which of course is in truth exactly what was happening. So developing that better understanding has been part and parcel of this first few years' work. It's about understanding the different ways in which it manifests itself, because people, as is indicated here, immediately rushed to the football as if that was the only place it happened. But of course, it couldn't happen in the football if it wasn't happening somewhere else as well. So, the different ways in which it manifests itself, maybe the very genteel ways it sometimes manifests itself, understanding the different communities in which it's a problem. And of course, in different communities, you'll get a different expression of it. And understanding the interventions that are needed to effectively tackle the root causes of it. So that's why I set up the Independent Advisory Group on tackling sectarianism in Scotland. They've already been central to funding decisions made by the government, and their advice on new projects has been extremely helpful and greatly welcomed.
How does the new site fit into the range of work that's being done to tackle sectarianism?
Well, basically, I think what the site is going to do is provide a space where all of the work that is being done can feed into that space. So, in itself, it's going to provide a platform for people to go to with what they've discovered, but also to go to have a look at what other communities are doing, to learn from those other communities and perhaps take ideas back to their own communities. It's
A fantastic launch this morning and great support from the Minister, and she explained about the advisory group. Could you expand on that a little bit more, please?
Sure, yeah. In August 2012, the Scottish Government set up an independent advisory group on tackling sectarianism, which includes myself and 4 other colleagues from a range of backgrounds, a range of faith backgrounds as well. And we were really tasked ourselves with 2 key questions. First of all, what is this thing called sectarianism in 21st century Scotland? Because it seems clear that often people have a very different view of what it might mean. Very few people, for example, would describe themselves as sectarian. It always seems to be something someone else does. So it's a very complex issue about just what form this kind of conflict may take in different contexts, different communities, different kind of age groups, different social demographics. So one of the hard things that we've had to try and do is to sort of gather evidence about what sectarianism may look like in different communities, different contexts, etc. And the thing that follows on from that is then, once we have a clearer view of what this might be, is what can we do to tackle it? What can we do to literally make people's lives better?
That was a very informative speech the Minister gave us. What do you hope the site will achieve, Jim?
Well, I hope what the site will achieve is having a one-stop shop for the general public in terms of being able to see what's happening both in their area and what's happening nationally. I also hope that it becomes a fabulous resource for those people who are working on sectarianism on a long-term basis, either in local communities or for academics who are producing research and need background. I think it can be a resource for professional youth work staff and for teachers who are involved in projects or working in areas where it's an issue.
Just the way